Ask Frankie Friday.
Not today. Don't ask him today.
Ask Frankie Friday.
Well, maybe you should ask him something today.
Ask Frankie Friday.
You know what? Go ahead and ask him something today.
Ask Frankie Friday.
Then he'll answer you on Friday.
What up? It's Friday, June 29, 2012. I am Frankie FingerSkateSelective, and you're watching an all-new episode of Ask Frankie Friday. That's right. What up, homies? It's Friday again. Hopefully you guys are ready for the weekend. Dang it, Rebecca. I can't even say Friday anymore. Alright, we've got a lot to get into, but before we get cracking, let's go ahead and check out some of your trick clips, starting with this one here from Mr. Scope Z 011001.
Yo, yay.
Nice! And here goes a clip from the homie Steezy49.
Yo, yay.
Sickety! Let's go ahead and check out one more from Top Slick FingerBoards.
Yo, yeah?
Awesome. Alright, when I was at the store the other day, I got something really cool, so...
Let's take a look at the random product of the week.
Alright guys, today's random product isn't really super awesome, but I thought it'd be worth showing. I was at Walmart the other day, so I popped by the tech decks like I always do, just to take a peek, and I noticed something cool. Bam! Brand new tech deck packaging, that's right. And they must have just had a new restock because I was able to grab 5 longboards all at once. So I was very stoked. So as you can see, it's a lot different. It's now rounded on one edge, plus it's just different all over. They still have the writing along the side here that tells the brand, like the skateboard type brand, and the name of the rider, but these are longboards, so they don't really have that much. There wasn't really any other ones that I cared to grab. Really, I just grabbed these because of the 32mm wide trucks, so I thought it wouldn't hurt to have them, and this was all the longboards they had. They did have some regular ones with colored trucks and stuff like that, but they really didn't interest me anymore, so I just grabbed these, but it is a great deal for the extra wide trucks, plus the longboards themselves are really cool. Also, you can see here, it says sticky trick tape, and you can see it, they have it angled out here, peeking out from behind the back. The sticky trick tape, so that's a pretty cool feature. So all new packaging, I thought that was cool, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So it is what it is. Check out the new packaging for Tech Deck.
Yeah.
Nice, right? Make sure you guys hit up your local Tech Deck dealer and grab some of them new packaged Tech Decks.
You already know.
Alright homies, you knew we were gonna have a tape and box workshop, so let's get into it.
FSS's Tape and Box Workshop.
What up everyone, welcome to today's Tape and Box Workshop. Now what we're going to be making today is a grind rail. Now I'm going to be making a very simple grind rail that I think everyone out there can make. Now originally I was trying to make one out of pins, and what I did was I took an empty Bic pen, not like this one, this is a Sharpie, but you know how you can take apart a Bic pen and you have the empty barrel? Originally I was trying to make the grind part with an empty Bic pen, and I was trying to use caps with cardboard at the bottom as the base, and I tried a few different ways, and there was really no way to make it solid enough to fingerboard on. It just kept falling apart or falling over to one side or the other. You really have to go really overboard to make it super solid that way, so I came up with a different way that I think everyone will be able to make, and it's not the coolest looking thing, but it does work. So what you're gonna need: scissors, and you have to be very careful with these, shipping tape, the wide packing tape, whatever you call it, a can of warm soda or pop or whatever you got, and an old DVD case, preferably one that you don't use or you don't need anymore. Now, instead of using a DVD case, I myself am going to use an old PSP case. Now, the reason I'm going to use this PSP case is because, as you can see, it's not as wide as the DVD case, but if you don't have a PSP case, a DVD case will work. So don't worry, if you don't have a PSP case, DVD case will work. So don't worry about that. And the last thing, this is optional, is a thin piece of cardboard. Alright, now some of you are going to laugh because this is super duper simple, but trust me, it's a lot easier doing it this way than trying to use the pins. Alright, basically all we're going to do is try and get this set up on edge like this so we can use all of this edge here as our grinding surface. And this is plastic, it grinds very good, it slides very good. Now, the can of pop comes into play. Now what the can of pop is going to do is it's going to hold it up for us. So, you're going to want to make sure that your case, whether it's a DVD or PSP, is up and standing straight up and down. Then you're going to take your can of soda, juice, whatever you got, put the case right up against the flat spot, then you're going to tape all the way around it in like a triangle. Then what that's going to do is that's going to keep the case from leaning one way or the other, and it's going to keep it solid. So I'm going to go ahead and get a big long piece of tape ready. Big long piece. Make sure your parents don't mind that you're wasting tape on this project also. Now the tricky part, I'm going to take my case, I'm going to take my big long piece of tape, and I'm going to set it on the case right along the bottom edge. I'm going to try and flip it over. Alright, now I've got the tape along the bottom edge of my case, so I'm going to set the pop on there. This is the tricky part. You got to set it on its side so that you're sure everything's level. Writing surface. Then pull one piece around, then pull the other piece around. Make sure you're not taping up at the top here because that's your grinding spot. So there we go. It's not going to lean that way. It's not going to lean this way because it's a big can of pop there. That's pretty solid with just one piece of tape. So now what I'm going to do with the optional piece of cardboard here, which you don't have to do, but I'm going to line this up with the edge marker right here about how wide I need to cut it. I'm going to cut a piece of cardboard the same width as the PSP case or DVD case, whatever you're using. Then I'm going to decide about how tall I need it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And all I'm going to do here is make a little wall rag type quarter pipe. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of tape about the same width as the cardboard. I'm going to tape it flat against the case. Make sure that it's not on the top or over the top because that's your grinding area. You want that all clean. Now get one more piece of tape ready. Same width as the cardboard or close. Make sure the ramp is where you want to use it at, probably right about here. Tape down the bottom. Then it's super duper light and it pushes it backwards. So we're going to go ahead and do an emergency tape down. I'm going to put it right around the can and then right down on the table. Now I got the can taped down too. If it's still poking up like this, I guess we need a couple emergency pieces. Alright, there we go. It's pretty ridiculous, I will admit that, but as you can see, we got a good grind rail, 100% unobstructed. Then we've even got the quarter pipe. So this is what it is, super simple. Make sure you guys make one. It can be with a DVD. The only thing with the DVD is it'll be a little bit taller, which is cool too. That's fun as well. But make one, take a picture of it, and make sure you send me a picture of it to fsspictures@yahoo.com. Then on my next tape and box workshop, I'll show a picture of yours. And make sure you include your YouTube name in the email. Alright, so now I'm going to do a couple tricks on here for you, and make sure you make one. Very simple, anyone can do it. It is what it is. This is my grind rail. Here we go. Let me know what you guys think about that ramp. I know it was kind of weird, but it did actually work, so what can you do? Make sure you guys comment right down there with the ramp I should make for the next tape and box workshop. Also, if you guys remember on the last tape and box workshop, I made a fun box. I asked you guys to make one and also send pictures so I could show them on here, and you did.
Let's check out your ramp.
Frankie FingerSkateSelective.
Woo-wee! You guys are the best ramp makers, that's for sure. Make sure you guys build your own grind rail. It doesn't have to be exactly like I made mine, or it can if you want. Doesn't matter either way. But once you make it, make sure you take a picture of it and then send that picture along with your YouTube name to fsspictures@yahoo.com. Then, during the next tape and box workshop, I'll show a picture of it. Alright, homies, I feel like we forgot to do something today. What was it? Does anyone know? That's right.
Let's answer your questions.
Alright, the first question of the day is from Double D4. I can do a kickflip, but I can't do it on a ledge or rail. Really, all you have to do is practice. I know it's tricky at first, but you will get it if you just keep at it. What I did when I was first learning is I took a piece of paper and I drew a straight line on it. After I drew a line on the paper, I would practice kickflipping and landing directly on the line. So that'll help you land more lined up, so just practice that way until you're landing on the line every time. Then take it to the rail. So just keep at it, you will get it. Alright, the next question is from BBWWE17. Frankie, why did your last speedy clip have like no tricks? Because it was just a speedy clip. I wanted to switch things up. Now if it was a tricky clip with no tricks, then it would be weird, but it was just a speedy clip, so yeah, it is what it is. Alright, the next one is from Chocolate Squirrels 14. Could you please get involved in finger bikes? You know what? I think they're cool because I like bikes and stuff, but I just will not be able to get into them like fingerboarding because you can actually do all the tricks with your fingers that you can with a skateboard with your feet. So like tricks on a normal bike don't really translate onto a finger bike like fingerboards do, so it is what it is. Next one is from Rodriguez141. Do you like beans? I like green, baked, and Mexican jumping. Alright, and the next question is from Sir Skate-A-Lot 13. How much are the Weirdo wheels? A lot of people have been asking me this lately. The Weirdo wheels are $3 a pack. They are just regular non-bearing plastic wheels, and they come in 4 random colors. And I did add them on the product list page, so when I show it later, you'll see them on there. But yes, they're $3 a pack. You already know. Alright, and the next question is from USA Productions 1. Have you ever broke a fingerboard? I have, but it was on purpose. I have never broke one yet from normal use. So you gotta be hardcore. Have you guys broken one just from normal use? Let me know. And the next one is from Matt Murphy. Hey Frankie, are you sponsored by any fingerboard companies? If so, which ones? I am not sponsored. I've been thinking about trying out, but
I stink.
But I am on the Sickety Sick team, and you should be too. Just head over to my website at www.therealfss.com and click the Join the SST button. You can join the Sickety Sick team and represent. Alright guys, and the last question of the day comes from Spades228. Do you think you'll ever retire from fingerboarding? Never!
Never!
Alright, thank you to everyone who asked the question. Remember, if you have a question for me, be sure to toss it below. Alright, I got a couple Frankie mail letters here to read, but before we check those out, let's go ahead and check out a couple more of your trick clips. Here's a clip from Tommy A. Gnarly. And here's a clippity from Blackstar 1983. Yeah. And here's a clip from the homie We Are Swag Nation TV. Alright, let's see what the homies have to say.
Let's read some Frankie mail.
Alright, the first one here, he sent $1. Says, Dear Frankie, can I have an original sticker, please? P.S. Yo, yeah? And he did not put a YouTube name, but his name is Paul W. So shout out to Paul W. Be on the lookout in the mail soon. And the next one is from Mike the Knight. He sent $5. He says, Yo, Frankie, can I have a pack of Slippy Tape and a remix sticker? P.S. Please read this on YouTube, and my YouTube name is Mike the Knight. And he also put a very cool picture of a 3-headed Frankie alien. Very, very cool. He's like ollieing over an FSS planner. Each one has a hat. You already know. So shout out to Mike the Knight. Be on the lookout in the mail. And last but not least, one from Kyle Fernandez. He sent $8. His little note says, Frankie, may I please have a signed FSS chair and an FSS Crispy sticker? Also, a pack of Crown Pivot Cups. Thanks. From Kyle's Channel 1. And Kyle sent a picture. Nice. It says FingerSkateSelective. FingerSkateSelective. And it's got some fingers down here. Fingerboarding. Very, very cool. I'll have to scan that and put it on the Frankie frame. So shout out to Paul W, Mike the Knight, and Kyle's Channel 1. Thank you guys for sending Frankie mail. Also, I gotta say thank you to everyone who sent in Frankie mail. You too can send in Frankie mail and or buy an FSS product. Just send your Frankie mail to Frankie Fingerdex, P.O. Box 256, Beverly Shores, Indiana 46301, USA. Also, if you pause the video right now, you can see what's available, and you can see that I put the Weirdo wheels on there. It is what it is. Alright, Bubbas and Bubbettes, that about does it for this episode of A.F.F. I answered my questions, so now it's time for you to answer yours. If the Ollie wasn't called an Ollie, what would be a good name for it? The Schnapp Hop? Throw your answers right down there in the comments. Also, make sure you guys are getting your FSS homework homework posted before Tuesday, and then tune in for TFT to see the FSS honor roll results. And don't forget, I will be reviewing the all-new Gator trucks and wheels too. And while you're at it, email your chick clips to be featured right here on FSS. Email your pics and drawings for the Frankie frame and represent. Send in your Frankie mail and or buy an FSS product. Ask a question for the next Ask Frankie Friday episode. Thank you guys for watching and supporting FSS. I really appreciate it. Now very gently without trashing your Toshiba. I will see you guys sooner than later.